Welcome back to Movement Fix Monday. I'm here with Marlo Fiskin, and we're gonna do some stuff on the ground.
We are.
Half straddle roll, I think is what it.
Yeah, we're gonna do some things that I most frequently teach on a wood floor in the grass.
Yes.
Because you can.
Because you can.
Because you can.
So this will be a move that's really like a foundation for like kind of becoming comfortable in your body and not always having to stick to like strict exercises in these fixed planes, but kind of like the basis of beginning to kind of freestyle, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, being able to get down and up with ease,
Yeah.
you know, that correlates to your overall well-being, right?
Right.
Being able to get up and down. But beyond that, having a lot of different ways to do that,
Yeah.
and being able to readily change up the movements that you make. We're gonna use a floor work pattern as an example, but because we're in contact with the ground, with a lot of our body,
Yes.
it's easy to start to discover where you can make changes. So
Okay.
I'm gonna take you through a basic pattern, and then we're gonna start to get a little creative with it.
Okay. And we didn't practice this before
Totally
we started
unrehearsed.
filming, so we'll see how it goes. I know you make it look really easy, and I've fallen into that trap where
Yeah.
when I watch the expert do something that
Yeah.
you know they're world class at, and then I try to do it, it's not nearly as easy. But show
So-
us what it is, and then take it
So
through.
first, don't think of this as dancing. Think of it as I'm sitting,
Okay.
I'm gonna lay down, I'm gonna roll over, and I'm gonna get back up.
Okay.
Right? Sounds totally easy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So when you're sitting, you have either two or just one sits bone on the floor. From there, you're gonna bring your arms towards the straight leg, and you can lift this hip up and internally rotate it as much as you need to get your shoulder to touch the floor.
Okay.
So it's important that your armpit is coming close to your knee, and that'll allow you to come down softly rather than having one of those
Thud.
things happen.
Okay.
Exactly. So let your pelvis shift as much as you need to. Reach your hands towards your leg, and then you place your shoulder down. You'll keep your hands and your feet in contact with the grass or the floor, and you open up and you close your body back down on the other side. So we're basically trying to get to the same position on the other side.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm looking at that dog. Can you show
He's intrigued.
what it looks like in the complete thing, and then I'll go through
yes.
stepwise?
So we're going to go from seated to laying to seated and potentially stand up, come back down, which you could have a conversation with someone and then woo, find your way down to the floor, or just
That's how I always have conversations.
casually melt down and decide that you'd rather sit on the other hip, which is maybe a more fun way of doing this.
Then going,
Yeah,
my
you get a
body's so
little
rigid.
massage along the way.
yes, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm here.
Yes. Reach
Reach
over
this
there.
way.
Transfer your weight onto your outer hip as much as you can. So that means that top hip is probably going to start kind of dragging back. Exactly.
Okay.
And you keep your fingers and feet in contact with the floor, which means you have to reach your hand past the other one. And that brings you onto your back. Keep your toesies on the floor. Keep rolling, keep rolling, and then you close your body on the other side until you're able to sit up in the same position. We had success. Somehow
think I
you're
did it.
facing backwards, but that
I
doesn't
don't
really
know how
matter.
I got this
It's
way.
creative.
Okay. And
Okay.
then from here, what, you'd go up?
So from there, the leg that's long would move to the front. And you can shift your weight onto it. Perhaps stand up. Melt back down so that your hip is outside your heel. There you go. Now we need the shoulder to come to the floor outside the knee. So while you're there,
Oh, okay. Then I do
melt
this.
the shoulder down onto the grass. Roll across your back. And that long leg is already there for you.
Oh, wait, I ended up wrong.
So when you go from this position,
Yeah.
you want to always think of tucking the bottom leg in as much as you can, and you continue to reach with that other one.
Oh.
And that, if you bring it over to me, keep reaching the leg. Whoa.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So it'd be here, down.
And you roll across your back.
Reach this way.
Fingers and toes on
Sweep.
the floor. Keep going.
And then
keep
this one
reaching.
goes here.
And
Oh, yeah.
reach.
And then I go.
Right. So,
This is crazy, like, because like I said, when you do it, it looks so easy.
well,
And,
I've
like-
practiced.
You practice a little bit. But the point is, like, you know, people go to the gym and they deadlift and they press, but then to do like fluid movements, especially that like bend your spine in ways that you wouldn't bend it when you deadlift,
Very true.
like that's a missing component for a lot of people.
It is. The moment of this that's usually the hardest is when it's time to get up, to be able to get up with ease. And that requires that you both reach and rotate at the
Yeah.
same time. And that's a missing motion for a lot of people.
Well,
that
yeah.
rotation with that extra stretch. And that's right here. If I have a lack of rotation, that's when it feels like this.
Yeah,
to
it's
get
like
up.
so much effort.
But if I reach my arm and my leg,
Yeah.
it makes things
There's so much like
easier.
weight transferring too, and like understanding how to like shift weight into different joints and relax certain things.
Exactly.
So it's just a totally different world than pumping iron, you know? It's like that's like one component of movement, and then there's so much, you know, out there that I think a lot of gym goers, let's say, neglect.
neglect it, and I understand where it may seem unimportant because it has
Yeah.
an appearance of being dance, but ultimately moving from one place in space to another means that you're transferring weight.
Yeah.
And depending on how you do that, well, that's how you move. So
Yeah.
if your weight transfers are a little rugged or chunky, so too is your movement quality. So
Yeah.
that's what-
awesome.
this can help with.
Thanks for taking me through that.
Well, you need to do it one more time.
What?
We can, no, yeah, we're doing it again. But we're gonna do it from standing.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So shift your weight onto your left foot
Yep.
and then flip onto the top of the right one. Then you can lower down, 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 down. Then shift your hip outside of your foot and start reaching your arms over there for counterbalance. Good, bring the shoulder to the floor. Fingers and toes stay touching the floor the whole time. The grass. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And we get into that tight tuck and you reach. Your chest will face the floor. Plant your foot. Ta-da!
Yes. Should I do?
Yes!
Should I do that?
Should definitely
That's
do
as
that.
good as I get it. I would call that dancing for me.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'd say it's pretty practical dancing.
Yeah, I agree. See, that's what it looks like when you're good at it. Awesome. Well, where can people find and learn more from you?
Run something called Flow Movement, which is at flowmovement.net. And I have a lot of free videos that are available on YouTube and Vimeo. Some short ones, 6-minute tutorials that are very introductory, all levels. Mostly appropriate for a hardwood floor,
Not
but
the grass.
I think you can try it anywhere.
Awesome. Cool. And people can find you at Marlowe Athlete on Instagram, is that right?
That is one of my accounts, but also Flow Movement.
And
So
at Flow Movement,
Marlowe Athlete, if you want to see me twirling in the air.
which is incredible, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Flow Movement is me twirling on the ground and teaching people how to twirl that don't normally twirl.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing with us. Make sure you guys check that out, and we'll see you guys next week.